What if the rise of Greece was not the beginning of civilization, but the next chapter in a much older story? What if Rome didn't create Europe's intellectual foundations, but inherited them? And what if, after an empire fell, the world's greatest knowledge nearly disappeared forever? This is the story of how ideas survived wars, empires, and centuries of change, and reshaped the world. Thank you very much for your support. Before we dive into the main story, please kindly follow our page, like, comment, and share. Also subscribe to our YouTube channel and click on the bell notification button for more interesting video like this. Part 2. The Rise of Greece. By around 800 BCE, a new civilization was emerging around the Aegean Sea. The Greeks would become famous for philosophy, democracy, mathematics, and science. But Greek civilization did not appear out of nowhere. Like all civilizations, it inherited ideas from the world around it. The Greeks interacted with Egyptians, Phoenicians, Anatolians, and Mesopotamians. Trade routes connected these cultures. Ideas traveled alongside merchants. Civilization was a conversation across continents. One of the greatest examples of cultural exchange was writing. The Greeks adapted the Phoenician alphabet and transformed it into one of history's most influential writing systems. From Greek writing would later come the Latin alphabet used by much of Europe today. Sometimes the most powerful inventions are not created from scratch. They are adapted, improved. Ancient Greek writers often admired Egypt's antiquity. Herodotus described Egypt as ancient and sophisticated. Some later traditions claim thinkers such as Pythagoras and Plato visited Egypt. Historians continue to debate the extent of these journeys. But most scholars agree on one thing. Greek thinkers lived in an interconnected Mediterranean world. Egyptian mathematics, Mesopotamian astronomy, Phoenician trade networks, local Greek innovation, all helped shape Greek civilization. The story of Greece is not one of isolation. It is one of exchange. Then something remarkable happened. Greek thinkers began asking questions in new ways. What is the universe made of? What is justice? How should societies be governed? Figures such as Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle transformed human thought. Their methods emphasized logic, debate, and systematic inquiry. These ideas would echo across centuries. Not because Greece invented knowledge alone, but because Greek thinkers organized and expanded ideas in powerful new ways. Then came one of history's greatest centers of learning, Alexandria. Founded in Egypt after the conquests of Alexander the Great, Alexandria became a meeting point of cultures. Greek scholars worked in Egypt. Egyptian knowledge mixed with Greek scholarship. Texts from across the known world were collected. The famous Library of Alexandria became a symbol of humanity's search for knowledge. Yet its destruction remains one of history's greatest mysteries. How much knowledge was lost? We may never know. The ancient world was more connected than many people realize. The Mediterranean functioned as a network of exchange where Africa, Europe, and Asia constantly interacted. Civilizations borrowed from one another far more than modern narratives sometimes suggest. Part 3. Rome inherits the world. As Greek power declined, another civilization rose. At first, Rome was a small city-state. But through war, diplomacy, and organization, it expanded into one of history's greatest empires. And when Rome conquered Greece, something unexpected happened. The conquerors became students. Roman elites admired Greek culture deeply. Greek tutors educated Roman children. Greek philosophy shaped Roman thinking. Roman writers copied Greek models. As the poet Horace famously observed, "Captive Greece captured her fierce conqueror." Rome's greatest contribution may not have been creating knowledge, but spreading it. Roman roads connected vast territories. Cities flourished. Libraries expanded. Greek ideas traveled from the Mediterranean into Europe. Engineering, philosophy, architecture, education. Rome helped create a shared intellectual world. Its influence would shape Europe for centuries. But no empire lasts forever. Political instability grew. Economic challenges mounted. External invasions increased. In 476 CE, the Western Roman Empire fell. For generations, historians describe the centuries that followed as the Dark Ages. Today, many historians prefer different terms. Because learning never truly disappeared. It changed. Adapted. Knowledge survived in monasteries. The Byzantine Empire preserved classical traditions. New centers of learning emerged elsewhere. Civilization did not die. It evolved. While Western Europe changed dramatically, the Eastern Roman Empire, known today as Byzantium, continued for nearly 1,000 more years. Its scholars preserved Greek texts. Its libraries protected ancient knowledge. Without Byzantium, many classical works might have vanished forever. History often remembers conquerors. But sometimes preservation is equally important. As Europe transformed, another intellectual revolution was beginning. From Baghdad to Cordoba, scholars would translate ancient texts, preserve forgotten ideas, and create new discoveries of their own. Greek philosophy, Persian scholarship, Indian mathematics, and earlier traditions from across the ancient world would meet again. The journey of knowledge was far from over. In fact, it was about to enter one of its greatest chapters. The biggest historical controversy is not whether civilizations influenced one another. Most scholars agree they did. The debate concerns degree. How much influence came from Egypt? How much from Mesopotamia? How much was uniquely Greek? History rarely offers simple answers. And perhaps that complexity is its greatest lesson. Imagine a world where ancient texts had disappeared forever. No Aristotle. No Euclid. No Galen. No classical philosophy. Would the modern world look the same? Or did civilization survive only because generations of scholars across Africa, Asia, and Europe refused to let knowledge die? Comment below. Do you think history education adequately emphasizes how interconnected ancient civilizations truly were? Subscribe for episode 4 and 5. The Islamic Golden Age, the Moors, and the Return of Knowledge to Europe. Thank you for watching. For more videos like this, please follow our page, like, comment and share. Also subscribe to our YouTube channel for more interesting historic fact videos.